Welcome, my children, to Mr. Tom Plays Banjo-Kazooie, the only series on YouTube in which you can watch Mr. Tom play Banjo-Kazooie. Having finished Momo's Mountain, you'll notice there's this winding, steep path up here that you just can't seem to get up. I remember as a kid, that flummoxed me until I learned the mighty Talon Trot, which allows Kazooie to carry me up here. And there we see the 50-note door, the door you can only open if you've gotten at least 50 notes. Well, we've got 100, so I think we're going to be just fine here. Bottles is explaining what I just said to you, and he's a little bit more, wordy in that explanation, but there we go. Yeah, so here we are, deeper, ever deeper into Gruntilda's lair. As we see, Grunty has a little bit to say about that. So, plenty to see here. Got a little bad dude there. Here we have Brentilda, Gruntilda's sister. As she explains, Brentilda is going to, every time we find her in the game, she will reveal some of Grunty's deepest, darkest secrets. 3 of them each time, in fact. And, it seems like an unimportant thing, but you're going to want to write them down. I'm not even kidding. You're actually going to want to write these down and take notes on them, because there will literally be a quiz later in the game. And I don't know them all by heart, because they randomize. They actually change with every playthrough. So I'm just gonna, I don't need to write them down because I'm recording myself and I can just write them down later. But I had better remember to do that so that I will know them when the quiz comes. This is a cauldron. You can use it to warp between other cauldrons of the same color. I'm just explaining things that are being stated in the on-screen text. Yeah, Grunty likes to speak up from time to time. She says her little poems. So as you'll see, we need 2 puzzle pieces to get into Treasure Trove Cove. Yep. Treasure Trove Cove is now open. And its entrance, as you can see, is an actual treasure chest. But that's not the button I meant to press. Button layout's a little weird because, as I mentioned, I'm not playing this on a Nintendo 64 controller. I'm using a Wii Classic controller. Yeah, this doesn't do anything yet, but someday it will, I assure you. Onward, ever deeper, into the witch's lair. Alright, see, you have a pipe, and a thing above the pipe that appears to be another pipe, or something. Those both go to different places, neither of which are important right now. As you'll see, up here is another note door, which we cannot yet access, for it needs 180 notes, and we have 100. And down there, see, there's a little tunnel right there, underneath the water that we could swim through, if we wanted to. But there is nothing there that is worth our time at this stage in the game, so we shall continue on to Treasure Trove Cove. Are you ready? I sure hope so. So here we are in Treasure Trove Cove. You know the deal. There are 100 notes to collect. There are 10 jiggies to collect, one of which includes 5 Jinjos. And there are 2 honeycomb pieces, which we must be on the lookout for. Smashing the crabs. Red feathers. Those will probably mean something to us very soon. As you see, there's a Jinjo in there in the water, but when you go into the water in Treasure Trove Cove, Snacker the shark comes to threaten you, and you can only beat him with a nice little egg fart. That's not the right button, because I do not know the button layout by heart, because I'm a demo. There we go. But the thing is, he fades away, so you gotta bait him a few times, and then strike the because of Banjo-Kazooie's magical rule of threes, you should expect to have to do this 3 times. Oh, huh. I guess the rule of threes doesn't apply to Snacker. I'm sorry for misinforming you, and I apologize for any distress that I've caused to you or your family. Jinjo! Whee! Alright. Now, you see, Treasure Trove Cove, I mean, not that Mumbo's Mountain was linear, but Treasure Trove Cove is even less linear. It's much more sprawling, different directions you can go at any one moment. I'm gonna go through in the path that seems, you know, most useful to me, but, you know, there's always gonna be a lot of doubling back. Oops. Oopsies. Always lots of doubling back in every world, but Mumbo's Mountain was just the beginning of that. Oh, why the frig? See, this is what I get for attempting to play this game without an analog stick. Have I mentioned that? Yes, the answer to that question is yes. I have mentioned that several times, and we're only in the second world. I assume that by the end of the game I will have reached some kind of singularity in which I have mentioned it so many times that, that it has become a supermassive black hole or something like that. Oh look! Bottles is here to teach us how to fly. Turns out that we can only fly if there's a flight pad. But I'm not going to fly right now because I'm not done doing what I'm doing. Jinjo! Whee! Alright. Nope. Gotta get them all. Here is Blubber, the sad walrus pirate guy. I'd be sad if I was a walrus pirate. He needs me to go find his gold. So I bet you can't guess what I'm gonna do. He says he can't. Oh, he's a hippo, not a walrus. Excuse me. Apparently he can't swim, which is strange for a pirate and strange for a hippo, I guess. Hippos usually swim, as do walruses, but he's not one of those, so maybe we shouldn't be so concerned with the habits of walruses right now. Everything talks in this game. There's a Mumbo token, yeah. You get Mumbo tokens, even though Mumbo Jumbo doesn't have a hut in this world. I mean, in the last world, he turned us into a termite. In this world, he does not appear. There we go. But in other worlds, in some of the many alternate worlds out there, Mumbo Jumbo is just there, waiting to turn us into all kinds of stuff. I don't know, I think at one point in the game's development, they planned to put him in every stage, but they just ran out of time. It turns out there were a lot of things that were planned for this game, but got left out, or planned for the sequel, but got left out of that. And we'll probably talk a little bit about that later on in the game. In fact, we may even get to it as soon as this very level. That was a little bit of Let's Play foreshadowing for ya. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that. I already got these notes, right? Yes, I'm going senile and forgetting things that I've done mere moments after doing them. Alright, let's clean up some of these notes here. Always lots of notes. Always with the notes, Banjo. Yeah. You can tell that I don't have anything to say about what I'm doing right now, because I make up nonsense things to say, such as, always with the notes, Banjo, as though that had a meaning when in fact it does not. Alright, our next big destination will be here. Oh wait, maybe not. Nah, we can do this now. Let's just get right to it. This bucket needs to be patched up, and apparently we can fart eggs into him, which will cause him to patch up his holes and drain the water around the sandcastle. We can now go into the sandcastle. The sandcastle is an interesting location in Banjo-Kazooie's vast and complex mythology. Because, as you'll see when we go inside, there's a grid with lots of letters on it. And there's also some text on the wall that seems to say Banjo-Kazooie, which is the name of this game without a hyphen. There's no hyphen here. And this is what we have to do. You see what I'm doing? It's B, it's A, I didn't quite hit it, N, J. Essentially, it's a spelling test. You have to spell out the name of the game. But, in truth, it's actually something a little bit more interesting than that. I mean, what I mean to say, this sandcastle serves another purpose. Later in the game, there will be other things that you'll be able to type in on the floor of this castle that will have some interesting effects, I guess you might say. So we'll probably return here in due course, over the course of this Let's Play, if it so happens that I play this game through to fruition. And there, my friends, is the first Jiggy of this world. Wait. Oh, that's right. I never went back and actually got the Jiggy from Captain Blubber after I found his treasure for him. I just found the treasure and then wandered off to do something else. What's wrong with you people? Why aren't you reminding me? See, I swear that I am much more efficient and less distractible in this game when I am not talking to an imaginary audience of hypothetical YouTube people who are watching this video. Even though, truth be told, I don't know if anyone will ever watch this video. It's kind of sad, because as of right now, with me currently speaking to you, I have not posted any of these on YouTube. I'm just sort of making them and storing them up for eventual posting on YouTube. It is November 2nd, as of current recording. And I started this project on November 2nd, so it is all day one, as of right now. And right here, I think I'm going to leave you on this cliffhanger. We will learn this exciting new move in the next installment of Mr. Tom Plays Banjo-Kazooie. Thank you.